Hello, beautiful people. April Mack here, going live to talk about my latest program, Entrepreneur, which I am so excited to be delivering and launching into the world. And the reason I'm so excited about it is because it's the kind of course that I wish that I had done when I started my entrepreneurial path 3 years ago. So I got off on the wrong foot, and I'm really hoping to help other people get started on the right foot. So that's what this is all about. So I wanted to do a live here today just to explain what it is, what you get, who's it for, all of the details. So anyone watching, say hi so I know who you are. And also if you're watching on replay, hashtag replay so I know you are here. And please do ask questions or leave comments as we go. And I will come back to them at the end if there are any here tonight. And if not, I'll come back at another time if you're watching on replay. So I'll always be checking the comments. So I'm just going to see if I can turn this lighting on a bit better. That might be a bit brighter now. So I just want to let you know who this program is for. It's for anyone who wants to start a business, who hasn't yet started a business, or who wants to start a side hustle. Maybe you're an employee and you plan to be an employee for a while, or you're a stay-at-home parent, or you're not working at the moment and you just want to start some kind of a hobby. It would be for you as well, and potentially consider turning that hobby into a business. And it's also for people who already have a business, but it's not getting the traction that you would like. It's not where you want it to be. You're not getting the income that you really dearly want to create from your business. So it's for all of those different people at different stages. It'll cover content for all of you. It's going to be 10 weeks. It starts on the 12th of December officially, but the doors are open now. And basically we're going to cover everything you need to know about getting your business set up to make you money, because that's what we're in business for. And obviously we're in business to help other people in some way, because that's generally why we do it, but also to make money. Because I see a lot of people who've got businesses, and I include myself in this boat. From the early days, I started my business because I had a passion, I had something I wanted to help other people with, but I didn't really know how to make money from it. And actually it cost me a shitload of money because I did it all ass about. So I want you to avoid the mistakes that I made and get started on the right foot. And if you've already started your business and it's just not going to plan, then let's just tweak it and shift it and change it so that you can have a model that works for you. So I'm going to tell you now the content that we're going to cover in this course. That's who it's for, the content that we're going to cover. There's going to be so much amazing content. I'm going to get special guests in to speak on topics where I'm not the expert. So that'll be awesome. And there's a couple of different ways you can get involved. So you can get involved just at the program level. You can get involved in a mastermind group that goes together with the program. And you can also, on top of that, upgrade and get one-on-one coaching with me. So like there's always for all different people, depending on how much time you've got and how much you want to invest in it. So the topics that we're going to go through and cover, like the content that I'm going to teach you. The first is all around what is the entrepreneurial spirit? What is it that's required in order to be an entrepreneur? So this is something I didn't fully understand when I went into business. I was just like, oh, I've got a passion. I want to do this stuff. I want to help people. I want to coach people. And I just thought, oh, I'll just go and start doing it, right? But there's a lot more to it. So I really want to help you around the mindset shifts that you need to make. If you're currently an employee, there's a real mindset shift that you need to make from being an employee to an entrepreneur. Also, if you've never run a business, just understanding all the things that you need to have in place. Things like self-belief is so critically important. Anyone I speak to who is an entrepreneur running a successful business, they will tell you that mindset is so critical. So some people will say, oh, that sounds all a bit fluffy. It's not. For you to get out of bed every day and to believe in what you're doing and to get out there and sell what you're doing, because you have to sell. If you're in business, you have to learn to sell. So we'll be covering that as well. then you need to have self-belief, trust that what you're doing is really valuable for other people. There's a whole raft of stuff you need. You need courage because things will fail, and you need to be able to pick yourself up again, have that resilience to keep going, to keep trying. So I'm really passionate about making sure, and the mindset stuff will be woven throughout the whole program. So it's not like we're just going to do a week on mindset and then forget about it. It's going to be woven throughout the course, and really it's helping you get out of your own way. Often that's what really is the case with mindset. We're our own worst enemies, self-critics. We think we can't do this. Who am I to do this? Imposter syndrome. All those things, will get them all out, and I'll be helping you with those throughout the entire process. The second thing that we'll be working on, and this is not in the exact order that it will be happening in, but I'm going through a list at the moment, is clarity. So a lot of people I know, they've got a vague idea of what they want their business to be or what they want to get out there and start trying, but they lack the clarity to really put the wheels on the ground and actually get some momentum. So like they're circling around. Let's get some clarity. I will help you get grounded and know that clarity is different to certainty. It's not the same. You won't have certainty. In fact, you can almost guarantee that if you're going to become an entrepreneur, or that you are one and you're stepping more and more into that, you will know that there is no certainty in this game. So it's just about being comfortable with that. That's part of the mindset stuff, but also you can though get clarity, and clarity doesn't mean you'll always be doing the same thing. Like what you start out as might not be what you finish as. When I started my entrepreneurial journey, I knew I wanted to be a coach. I knew I wanted to help people, but I started very broadly and did kind of what you would call life coaching, helping people through transitions. Now I've honed that and really focused on business, helping people as a business coach. But I do a lot of personal development coaching because the two go hand in hand. So that's been my journey. So you'll start out with one, idea, and as you grow and evolve, it will change and grow with you. And that is totally fine. Like I see people going, well, I can't set up my website, or I can't set up my Facebook page because I don't quite know what to call myself, or I don't know exactly what it is I'm doing. And it's like, it's okay. It's okay to trial things out, start, pivot, trial, start, pivot, So I will be teaching you ways as well using what's called lean methodology. And don't worry about the terminology. It's basically just a way of being able to test things with the market in a really quick way, in a simple manner that's not going to break the bank. You don't want to spend heaps and heaps of money and time and effort in something that you're just trialing out. Trial it quickly, find ways to do it really simply, and test out an idea, and then get the feedback, and then go, yep, I'm on the right track, but I'm going to tweak it here, I'm going to tweak it there. So keeping it simple will be something I recommend and talk about a lot throughout the process. The next thing that we'll be working on together is your vision. So really setting yourself up for a vision for where you want this to head in terms of the bigger picture. How many people are you going to serve over what period of time? What are you going to create? How would you like it to play out? And I believe really, to the deepest core, that visioning is really important, because if we don't have a vision for where we're heading, how the fuck will we know when we get there? And you can keep changing your vision as you go, but you need a destination, or at least a plot, a path, a point on the path of where you're headed. Otherwise it'd be like saying, I'm just going to get in the car and drive and just see where the hell I end up. That isn't going to get you anywhere necessarily. You might just end up where you started. So having a vision for where you want to be, and having a big, bold vision is a really great thing. And even if you don't quite meet that, if you've got somewhere that you're headed and somewhere you're targeting, you're going to get way closer to it than if you don't have one at all. So we will do some stuff like that. Sorry, I just have to snooze this alarm, but I'm going to have to move a bit quicker because I've got a session to run in a second at 7 o'clock. The next thing we're going to look at is what skills gaps do you have. So you'll have this vision, you'll have some clarity, and then it's looking at, okay, to get there, what do I need? And what do I have already in my toolkit? And what don't I have? And what skills do I need to get myself? And what things can I outsource? So we'll be looking at all of that. We'll also look at the business models that you can think of to do what it is that you're trying to create. So there's lots of different business models, and we'll have a look at those, figure out what suits your purposes best, and pick the simplest to get you there the quickest. We'll also look at business basics, because anyone who's been in this game for a while, and I've done surveys on this, that everyone says that what they wish they knew earlier was how to get their admin right and their accounting and their cash flow. So I'm going to get experts in admin and accounting to come in and run sessions in this beautiful program to help you set it up right from the start. And partly the content for this program has come from my own learnings of what I wished I'd known earlier, as well as other people's that I've been, canvassing other entrepreneurs saying, what do you wish you knew earlier? And this is what they're giving, admin and accounting, making sure you've got enough money and knowing how to account for things is a really critical foundational step. And if you get it in place from the start, I always like to say, start with the end in mind, get it right from the start. I didn't do that. I fucked around for ages with the whole admin and money, and I'm still just catching it up and getting it to the right space now, and I've outsourced a lot of that because I can now, but to begin with I just had no clue what I was doing, putting all my receipts into a big bloody box, and then it was a nightmare to then get it to some form of understanding of how much money was my business even making and how much were my expenses, all those things. The next thing we'll be looking at is creating a transition plan for you from where you are now, wherever that is. Maybe you've already got your business and you're just trying to grow it, or maybe you haven't even started. So you might be an employee or a stay-at-home parent or just not working, whatever. Wherever you are now, let's create a plan for where you want to be. So it's not going to be, do this week, do this that week. It'll be a higher level. It's like, okay, let's see how many months it's going to take you to get from here, point A to point B. And my background is as a project manager, so I do like a plan. I can be very fluid in my plans. I'm not like totally structured. I'm not a really structured person, but having a plan that gives me an outline to know, okay, this is roughly what I'm going to be focusing on for the next 3 months, then the next 6 months, then the next 3 months after that, like a 12-month plan. Depending on where you're at, the timeline might be different, but creating a way so that you can see the path, so you can see, where am I now, where have I got to get to, and follow that. It gives you something to hang on to so that you don't just feel like you're, flailing around in the dark. That's what we want for this. So I really want you to walk away from this program just going, yep, I know what I'm doing. I've got the foundations there. I've got a plan, and stepping through that. We can implement as we go, because we're going to have 10 weeks together, and you can be trialing things out as we go, or you can wait, get all the foundational knowledge, and then get started. Up to you. So that's pretty much it. There's 3 ways to enter. You can either come in at the program level, where you're just receiving the trainings from me, which will be delivered live in a Facebook group, and there'll be trainings throughout the whole 10-week period, and it will be on all of those topics. And then if you would like that little bit of extra support, and it's incredibly valuable to be part of a supportive group, you can become part of a mastermind group where we actually each week will be doing Zoom calls together, checking in on your progress. You can ask me anything. By the way, you can ask me anything throughout the program, even just in the program. You can do that in the discussion in the Facebook group. But in those Zoom calls, I'll be doing a little bit of spot coaching, and we'll be talking about what's hard, what's understanding, and get you across the line. Then the final entry point is the upgraded level if you want to do one-on-ones on top of those things. So we can do that, and you're going to really set yourself up for just hitting the ground running if you want to go to that level. So to get all the detail of what I've just said, you can go to aprilmac.com.au/ sorry, just got an alarm going. aprilmac.com.au/entrepreneur. All the details are there in more detail than what I've just given you. If you've got any questions whatsoever, just personal message me. Otherwise, just sign up and I'll add you to the beautiful group and we'll get started straight away. And if you know anybody else, if there's anyone else you know around who's started a business or thinking of starting one and you think they could benefit from this, please do tell them about it. Please tag them in here so they can see this and see if it's for them. That's all I had to say tonight. Lots of love to you all. I will see you online soon. I've got to go and run my next session. So bye for now.